So as promised, this is week 6 of the hip pain prevention series, and we're in the studio, the BikeFit studio, to show you how a BikeFit really does influence the hip and how it can be painful when cycling. So in my case, right, when I'm up on this bike, this is my cyclocross bike, and this was where I was experiencing some of the problems starting last season. So when I'm in this low position here, the hip is getting closed quite, you can clearly see that. Whereas if I was in a higher position, my hip wouldn't be as flexed or as kind of compact, right? So that's already giving you ideas of how the BikeFit will influence this angle here. Because I know if I can open up this angle, my hip is going to be a happier one. Now, I'm deciding to maybe leave the season go this season and really look after this and rehab it properly, so that it'll be kind of next season where I'll be thinking about focusing on. But there's still going to be a reason to change this bike and get it more appropriate for me at this stage, right? So we're going to need to do something about the handlebars, aren't we? So if I can bring these bars up, they're going to open up this hip joint. And the other thing I can do is bring the saddle forward. This here is the angle that we're talking about, this hip angle and how closed it is, okay? So if I bring the saddle forward, it's going to bring me here, so it opens it up. Whereas if I bring it back further, you can see how that would make it more acute. So we're going to bring the saddle forward a little bit and handlebars up. The other thing I'd suggest you do is take the measurements of the bike, the current setup now, so that you can come back to that once your hip pain resolves. The seats come forward, handlebars have come up, and I flipped the stem in order to do that. So let's get on, have a look. So you can kind of see that this hip angle feels more open, is open. I personally feel, yeah, this could work. Maybe do a few races. I'm not going to train really hard because that would just upset the whole area, but maybe do a few races and have this more open setup. Now, what may change is the other things like saddle comfort. Maybe I'm now close to handlebars, might get a little bit more neck pain. There could be a few other issues arise, but the hip is definitely in a more advantageous position. You know, because I know just dealing with this type of hip pain, that if I close that hip angle down, I'm catching that area. So that's it for this series. Any questions or any if you have any hip pain yourself, be sure and just comment or get in touch, and it'd be nice to kind of hear your feedback on it. And I'd like to use this series and then maybe go for another one on a different part of the body. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.